it, so it's allowing Roller to get away here. 7/10 now, the gap to make the way up the hill down towards. We've got to crash away, got instance in the back. Oh my god, what on earth has happened to Division in the Mercedes? Perfect has lost his front wing. That's the virtual safety car already as Division puts the car on the wall, trying to get himself going again. And that was a very eventful start to the Grand Prix. We went one corner before damage.
I didn't think safety cars or virtual safety cars existed on Monaco, but improved ground. We have actually got one tonight, so
incredible stuff. If I was race driver, I'd be annoyed because he built 7/10 by the time that virtual safety car was deployed. So he's still got a decent advantage. Of course, DRS won't be a factor especially in this early part of the race because of the rain. Of course, it is nice to always have that advantage to start things off, so you don't have to worry about what's going on behind. Because the added pressure could lead to those mistakes.
yeah, he got a great start for line, so did Daisy as well. Managed to get past Green as Crowden gets the first penalty for corner cut in.
Focus gets 3 seconds. So pretty start for those two in terms of penalties. In fairness for Fenix, he's got damage, so he's lost his front wing completely.
Yeah.
So fair enough on him. Zajac dropping back here, he's also lost his front wing. There's quite a few drivers who just losing front wing on the cars and back on the way. Race Roller then has.
Crowden needs to exemplate.
Daisy all out the hill to begin the second lap. The first is the verdict we've gone in terms of green flag racing in tonight's one. While Green back there in third, looking to try and plug it in. Corey's about 7/10 behind him, so mistake from the Red Bull, and we could be seeing willing to try and go for a move. Of course, it's very rare to see passes in Monaco, especially with the little overtaking opportunities there are. Moving back down fifth place. That's that little train there, and Seb's about 2.5 seconds back in a world of his own. As there goes Kevin, who's stuck there on the curve of the lowest hairpin.
Yeah, it's very interesting when he's trying to overtake his teammate in the hairpin. He's just basically around the curve. Very interesting move trying to get past him, but it was never going to work.
I tried that one time in career mode. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this before, but I actually got wedged on the curb, so I was stuck on the on the other side of the fountain behind it. So I was just stuck there. I couldn't move. Hilarious.
As Merckx is trying to have a look at crowd because he does have slight wing damage, so we're trying to get past him very soon. Let's get a look.
Griffith's looking to the outside behind him. So
yep, and crowd will pull into the pits, so he's got some.
Merck's got over some clean air, so they're way down that main straight towards turn 1. Griffith is trying to close in a bit more, try and make that move for 7th place. He's got Richards behind him and Ghost Colt with a brilliant start to this race. He started, if I'm not mistaken, he started 18th, he's now up to 10th, so he managed to survive the open lap chaos. And there he's running in the points. So great stuff for Red Bull.
Yeah, we have got Pyrobricks due to that what happened at the start. He's lost 10 places down to 17th now, so looking to get back into the race here.
Here comes this little pack. They're making their way through the low hairpin, snaking their way through. At the back of that pack is Jib Jab, who started last place. He's gained 7 places. So have a look at all the position changes here to start as well. The biggest gainer so far has been indeed Ghost Colt, who's gained 8 places into the opening lap. As we said, the biggest loser has been Howard, who's of course lost 10 due to his losing his front wing after that in the altercation after the opening corner. So unfortunate for him there. Hopefully we'll keep moving. You need a safety car kind of like to really bunch the field back up and give him a chance at points, which even that point could be a very rare chance. So Roller sets the fastest track once again. 1 minute 23.1. Decent lap there from the McLaren driver. Of course, he's in a good position to try and close some points in the championship. In fact, if I bring up the drivers' championship on my screen, Mid-T currently sits a good 40 points clear of Roller in the driver's standings. So Crispy in between them is 2nd place. Of course, he isn't here tonight. He's the one driver we're missing. But Roast Roller could have an opportunity to try and gain a good 15 points of that back over his teammate Minty, who is struggling so far in the early stage of the race. But he has gained this spot, so that's good on him. But he's still got work to do.
Yeah, Seb's just come out of the pits. He had some wing damage, so he had to get that changed. So he's now dropped to 12.
Unfortunate for Seb, who who was trying so hard at qualifying just to set about a lap, and now it's all being kind of blown up in his face. So I do feel for him in these opening few laps.
Yeah, the bit I'm watching at the minute is Griffiths and Merckx. Griffiths is getting right behind Merckx. He's wanting to get past, but Merckx is ending pretty well.
Great stuff for the keeps it going now. Up in that sixth spot, doing a great job there. Of course, he's yet to score a point this season. I think he's pretty holding on to whatever he can get at this point. And Monaco, oh, and there he goes against the wall. And Griffiths is trying to get past on the outside. Here they go. And for a second, I thought Riggs was going for it as well. As Griffiths goes around the outside, just about keeps out the wall. Great pass there, and there goes Riggsy in the process, making his way through for 7th place. Merckx now dropping back as Ghostcoat looking around trying to find that opening. Could he get Merckx on the exit, making their way towards Raskas, unable to do so. So Ghostcoat and Kevin are stuck behind the Ferrari driver, who's finally peeled off into the pits, and that allows everyone else behind him through. So unfortunately there for Merckx, who's running so well until he hit the walls just then. Onto a fresh set of enters and a front wing change.
So no one's out to the front wing camera.
Back to dust.
Side by side.
We're now with a second and a half over Daisy in second place on the front of 3 seconds back. Or is it the second to be chased when we use that ERS? Still giving chase to the Red Bull.
Just watching Riggsy's just right behind Griffiths. He's behind me, so he might be having a look down the main street to get past him.
Making their way through the chicane. Nice and smooth. Base sets the fastest up now, on the 22.6 an hour for there, so great stuff there on that run. They come now making their way towards Raskas. Griffiths is a bit of a poor exit. Riggs could go for a move if he wanted to, but I doubt he's going to. There's just not enough space. He may have tapped the back of the Alpha Tower there, so as you say, Mark, he could have a good chance off the last corner down the main straight if he gets a good exit. But I think Griffiths just got a better one.
Yes. Yellow flags in sector 1. Yes.
That may be.
I think it's Fempest, he's going a bit slow. Sector 1. I have some wing damage.
Oh, he's got end
He's
plate
lost his
damage.
front end plate. Yeah, I don't know what it's like in the wet, but in the dry last night, end plate damage wasn't too bad, it was still drivable, so. Kevin might have some damage as well, because he's just got one cutting penalty. No?
I believe he has
So
that.
he just needs a corner. No, he just got no one.
Oh. You get close up here. No, my down to the pool, seems okay.
Like a little train forming up here with Griffiths, Riggsy, Ghostcoat, and Kevin just behind him. And good job as well.
Still giving chase here. Will he go for a move to the inside? He's going to go for it. Oh, he squeezed Griffiths there towards the wall. Griffiths fighting back there on the inside. Riggsy around the outside came very close to hitting the wall, but I think he could just do it here. They're still side by side. Griffiths locks up there, but still gets in front of the Alpine. Griffiths came very close to losing it as Fempest is retiring in the pit lane. His race is over. So
Yeah, and Vision had a spin on the last corner as well. He's spun right around, so he's dropped quite a bit now.
Comes up there now, so all good for him. All good for him. Back from Merckx in 17. Ricky still giving chase. I'm not sure if either one of those two have damage. I think they might both be okay. 7 is having a penalty. As Ghostcoat's dropping back here. He's lost his front wing, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he has. for the Red Bull. There he goes, hitting the wall again. He wants to keep things nice and slowly through sector 3 in order to avoid his race imploding in front of him.
His race road is slowly pulling away from the pack. He's on P6 ahead of Daisy now. They managed to pull 5 seconds on Ogween as well, so it's a pretty decent pace in the way.
Corey's right there behind the Red Bull as well, so I think Ogween's just been particularly slow in the opening part of the race, and Corey's managed to catch up to it, so we'll have to keep an eye on these two. Of course, the main fight going on right now is still Ridgey versus Griffith, and Ridgey's right there on the back of the AlphaTauri once again. He's looking around, just trying to find an opening. I think he's about to go for it on the outside there, and going down towards Lowe's, but chose not to, sticks in line. Runs a bit of a wider line through the hairpin. Brett Stairs makes his way down towards the tunnel. Good luck with it. He takes that position at some point.
Yeah, with this little battle going on, that's allowed Sen and Zygon to catch up to the back of this little train as well. Yellow flag is set to 2. It's
That's power there on the Monaco's drop back. Both of them appear okay. I think it may have just been a slight speed bump. I'm not entirely sure who.
And Crowden hits the wall as he's just hit the wall again. He's got plate damage. Lennox is looking to get past him. And side by side.
Lennox likes to let Crowden do his thing. Crowden's staying out.
Interesting, he's trying to fight this battle all the way down to turn 1.
Hopefully this thing can actually make it round to get back to the pits as Merckx is forced to drop behind, and there goes Crowding off the track. I think he knows he's messed up there. Division now there is turn 1. That came, and that was, let's face it, very dangerous for Edgy from Crowding there. The division hits the wall. Are we about to see a damaged car scrap for 16th place? Because Ghostblock not making his way through. Yes, he does. What a move there. On the inside of the Mercedes. Division has no damage. He's got away okay. Crowding is trying to fight back. There's contact between the two as they make their way down towards Lowe's as Division backs out, allowing Crowding to get back in there.
The side red gets past Griffiths, move it to PA. As well, so has Griffiths got some damage?
He's lost his front wing.
He's lost. He would be happy about that. So he's going to drop it right to the back then.
Yep, very unfortunate there for the AlphaTauri. Of course, he's still got his teammate right up there, Zygon, who's running in 8th place, almost practically just taking over from his teammates' duties. But Riggsy and Kevin now put away, which is no doubt what they would have wanted.
Yeah, because Riggsy is 32 seconds later, but he started at P16, he's all the way up to 6 at the minute, so it's been a very good start on the race for Riggsy.
Yeah, brilliant stuff then from the Alpine driver. He's still not over yet, he's still the Aston Martin just behind him. Of course, Kevin is yet to score points this season, so he's in a good position for the time being. This is where he'll want to stay for the remaining of the Grand Prix if he can. Of course, only 6 points so far for Aston Martin this season, but look at the constructors' standings. Excuse me, I've got another constructors there, 24 points for Aston Martin. Oh, there goes Kevin!
Yeah, and Crowding's gone into turn 1 wall again.
And that's both the Aston Martins out in a matter of seconds. Kevin just lost control of the car, and that's it. Race over for him. But will that be enough to trigger a safety car and bunch everyone back up again?
I don't think so. It's going to take a lot for a safety car.
I suppose so, yeah. Out. Yep, both Aston Martins despawning and out of the session. We're down to just 16 runners now.
Side red gets past Riggsy down the main street.
Stuff there from the AlphaTauri then. We'll now lead that train that's chasing Mitzi, who's making a little tunnel there. Just under 3 seconds behind Corey, who's still chasing. His division retires as well. And He's crashed just he's just crashed in the swimming pool chicane. Just going past the swimming pool there. There he is. He's crashed in a very unfortunate position. Corey's managed to make the corner all right.
No green had to go wide to avoid him.
Yeah.
Down to 50.
Start to wonder about how many cars I've to talk about in the race. Shades of 1996 and there are only 3
Oh.
people.
Is that Daisy? He's lost his spin or something, is he?
Looks like
He's lost his
he's
end
lost
plate.
he's got end plate damage, yeah.
I was on Ballway rolling, I could see behind him just wobbling around.
Well, I'm sure that's exactly what Rory wanted. That'll allow him to now increase his lead. And Ogwin now moves in place. He'll be chasing. He'll soon move on place because Daisy will know that his pit.
His mids is in the back out of the pits now. So it's going down to Judge making the pit stop.
We can get the pit lane as well.
Getting some more wing damage.
A lot of broken front wings so far in the first 12 laps or so of this race. That is expected.
There's no budget cap in this year's game,
Don't even go there.
Definitely would be good for Alpine.
I suppose so, yeah. Jib Jab, look at him go. He's gained 12 places from the start. He's essentially gained a place a lap. He's started last, he's up to 7th, and he's holding off Sem for that position. Of course, Sem still has that penalty to worry about. And Mercedes are doing very well.
What we like to see the Mercedes drivers doing well. Blame on the Mercedes team or so. Where's Stacey going to come out? Is he might in front of me, so it's not too bad.
Yep, good stuff from the Alfa Romeo team to start in this season a quick stop. To try and chase those top 3. Of course, Racing can breathe easy now because he's got about a 9.5 second advantage over Ogwin in second place. What he's got to do now is just control things. Sure, if any serious mistakes, he could be in a very good position here.
Yeah, we've got it's our closest battle at the minute. It's Paraquats and Bennett's. Is it Sem? Actually, he's right up behind each other.
No, this one. Will Sem go for any moves anywhere? If Jib Jab makes a mistake, then definitely Sem go for it. And as I'm saying that, Jib Jab's skidding a little bit. Sem was looking for a moment to go up the inside, but back down a bit. Commentator Kurt's about to strike, you reckon?
Maybe. Let's see how he gets on down here then.
Last week we're to tell Albin to stop cursing drivers, because that's what he's doing in night stages. Sargent gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits, so as soon as he cut across the chicane. Jib Jab now gets to get the warning, sorry, with the penalty for multiple warnings. Sem's right there on the back of him here. I doubt he'll go for it into the armco, he doesn't.
Yeah. A lot of them going to Monaco. See some as a go down these straight. Get into turn 1. Moved to slight traction, but still got a better than Sem. So.
Yeah, definitely. Jib Jab got a pretty poor run through turn 1 there, so Sem closed that gap down a bit more. Jib Jab was to slide around a bit more, I reckon Sem could easily tell that spot, but the Williams car's been sliding around an awful lot as well. He's been doing that throughout both qualifying and the race, and Jib Jab different out again. He's still all over the place. You can't really keep them apart from each other.
Yeah, there's slow moving. No, you can't get the traction down at the minute. The tyres are slowly a bit wearing.
Yeah, but you can see how long how able to film their tyres. Of course, Corey, Ogwin and Roller have taken their tyres a long list of 14 laps. Of course, Jib Jab is also yet to make a pit stop. Only those 4 drivers are yet to make their first stops for the race.
Yes.
that box up there. So that was Daisy who says it there. Jib Jab still sliding around all over the place there to make the way to Rascassen off the last corner now towards the line. Will send a good exit this time. He skids a little bit. Managed to get away okay. He's still right down the back of Jib Jab. He hasn't really lost much. He's not trying to use that ERS to try and stay with him. Through turn one. Because both these two have penalties, so it's now a level playing field on that front. So I believe they've all got 3 seconds, and both of them got 3 seconds of Zaga starts 5 to his name.
As I've noticed, Corey's brought the gap down to half a second behind Ogden, so we might be having a look at Ogden anytime soon.
Yeah, but you
P2.
can run down that lane straight, have a shot. I mean, I've seen Corey skidding around an awful lot as well. Over the course of qualifying, or mainly qualifying. We haven't seen much of it so far in the race. Griffiths is around the pit lane. Was making his way out of the pit lane, sorry, may change into a fresh Cementos. Corey got a bit wider there. Not quite the exit he would have wanted. Sem still chasing Jib Jab. The gap about half a second between them, made the way out of sector 2 and into the swimming pool section. Again they come, Jib Jab skidded around once more. Yeah, the traction, the wet is something that's very difficult to nail. Sem with a decent run, but also the same goes Jib Jab. Great run as well. Down towards turn 1 once again, and it's still Jib Jab with the advantage. They've still got these two sort of decent out of the ice left in the factory. They've kept it between 70 and 100% over the course of the entire race so far. We are nearing the halfway mark. They're not too far away.
Yeah, as someone's still right behind the Jib Jab. He's really wanting to move on, but he just can't move on at the minute.
Yep.
As Monkey is too far behind Paraquix as well, so we might be looking at a yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, that's one of the AlphaTauris. That's Griffiths who's lost his front wing.
His race going from bad to worse.
Further down the kitchen sink for Griffiths. He had to pit for a 3rd time in this Grand Prix. If he wanted to, he quite could have drifted into the pit lane. Could have been quite good to see. Corey's still chasing Ogween here. Jib Jab still being chased by Sem, who's looking to make a move, some yellow flag, and that's Griffiths across the board. And that leaves the time from the sessions. That's now down to 14 cars in this race.
Yeah, could end up being one of them races. If you finish, you might be in the points. Yeah.
I can definitely see us losing 4 more cars. We lost 5 on the first 17 laps. Yellow flag in sector 1, that's the other AlphaTauri of Zydra, by the looks of it. Wait, no, sorry, that's Griffith who's AI is going back out.
Okay. Yeah, Ghost Call was right in behind the next. I mean, I'm lucky wants to get past him. Probably not fix him.
Fresh lenses there. Could basically catch him. He does get back on the rostrum. It's going to be tight between these two. No, there goes Stacey. Back up into 3rd place. Zogween leaves the pit lane. Then back out onto the racing surface. Back to turn 1.
He's managed to get back out in front of Midzi, so be happy about that. You don't want Midzi breathing down your neck.
That's the one thing you've done, especially at
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of when Giles breathing on the neck, so the thing about feedback is so far, this one Mercedes still holding off Senna as we begin back as they begin their 18th lap of the race. Of course, it feels like every time Jib Jab sliding around, so is Senna at the same time. So it's just a matter of who's going to slip up next.
Yeah, Sam did pick up another penalty, so Jib Jab's got a bit of a breathing space of 3 seconds. So not too much.
Ricky now comes as well. Down come back down 14 as it stands. Just 5 seconds behind Ghost Court, is currently chasing Mercs in Ferrari. In front of them, Monkey's now within a second of power.
Corey's coming to the pits. See where he comes out when he's hoping to get out from the green. And Sam has crashed.
Oh, and Sam out of the race here.
Another car gone.
That's very unfortunate. He's in the same place that Kevin crashed earlier.
Who's
Or near, or relatively.
Corey came out of the pit lane side by side with all green. It's very close on bottom green. Just keep out in front of him.
Very tight though, but all green down the edge, and Corey once again to come back to play chase.
So down to 13 cars now. Nearly there.
You know, getting there.
It's come in the pits.
Change between Jib and Sam, which came to end just a minute ago. Now, as Jib makes it out of the pits, will come up late. Maybe he's going to come out in top place behind Mercs and Ghost Colt. He could join that battle if he really gets a move on. He's not too far behind them. He's about a second and a half off. Just to make the way up the hill. Mercs currently in the last points per position, and we have both Ferraris in the points as it stands. With everyone having made a stop in this race, and of course everyone's made a stop at different times. Everyone's on different wear rates of the tyres in that case. So things are looking alright. Of course, Racer is trying to take those instances as long as he can. He's got 22-second advantage. I doubt he wants to stay on those very long than he has to, because the day today he's closing a little bit, but should lose that time again once he starts going through some corners. Yeah.
Maybe I think we're coming in the pits soon, and see how 20 lap minutes.
We are halfway through the race at this point, and Roller has led from the moment the lights went out. He had a very good getaway on that opening lap. I mean, he absolutely nailed the start and just pulled away from Ogwin before they even got to turn 1. Daisy made the move on the Red Bull driver, and that was that. And then we had the incident with Division and Power in the back. Power's had a decent race so far. He's I would say that he dropped all the way down to 13th place with that pit, with making another stop.
Just coming out of the pits. Just P10 just behind Ghost Colt.
Chase there is Daisy never gets hit with a penalty for multiple warnings. That's 3 seconds for them. That train is forming once again. The Mercs leading it with Ghost Colt, then Zardrag, Jib and Rigsy. A little 5-car train for you.
So Race Rose coming out of the pits in. Was that in front of Daisy?
3 seconds advantage.
Over the pit stop far away.
Closing in though, helps that ERS. So we got now 2 seconds, give or take. All we in a further 9 back. Corey's still all over him there. We'll give an arm these two over the course of the rest of the race. Corey goes way wide there. Made a decent amount of time for Red Bull. Tapping the wall ever so slightly there. Ooh, Corey skidding a little bit, has to go wider through the hairpin. Skidding a little bit there as they make their way out of the hairpin. Sorry, out of the chicane. Now around the swimming pool they go. Nice and smooth for these two. Both them without penalties so far in this race. Doing a very good job. Corey right down the back of Oakley and hit the wall there, but no damage to the Williams driver by the looks of it. Still chasing Red Bull.
Yeah, maybe. Still stuck behind Ogwin here, but he wanted to get past himself because Smithy is slowly kept him. He'll join him very soon.
Daisy's catching up to Race Hall as well, by the looks of things. His tires are a bit more, they're worn, but a bit more rubbing in than the McLaren's intermediates. So the gap now 1.2 seconds between those. That's the closest it's been in quite a while. So, could we see a battle for the lead maybe?
Possibly. If we find this quite a decent train now, is it? What, 4, 5 runs? Decent train.
Corey now on the outside of Ogway looking into the braking zone. Oh, we're coming very close to contact. And Corey's forced to back out. Very close to these two there. Great stuff. He just managed to catch it there as I was falling through.
And Dacey's down to half second now behind race roller, so might be
battle for the lead.
looking for it. Managed to pull that gap down, so we will be looking to get into a battle with race roller because it's not been too close at the minute, but as he has a bit wide out that corner, but managed to keep the car, so pretty fine.
Good stuff then from Dacey and Racewell, who is still just a second between them here to make the way through 62. Corey's still right on the back of the Red Bull, just in front of him. This could be a very enjoyable battle should it get going again. Corey makes the one tunnel, I'll definitely see potential pulling things off. He gets a good exit here. Drop back there, to the tunnel they come. But we can get away. Corey not using that ERS, everyone using him briefly. And make their way back down towards the chicane.
So he might be having to put down the main straight here, slightly closer than he was last lap, so hopefully gets good attraction. So he's right on the back.
The dirty air is definitely a factor. He's not using his ERS, there we go, now he's using it down the main straight, but Ogway I think used it his as well. It may just be a case of going for a move in the gap. But doesn't who won't commonly go for it? So if there's an option, if there's a chance for him to potentially sneak in, should Ogway make a mistake and skip here, then I reckon he should go for it. He's right there, he's only losing time to those in front of him. Of course, well, there is a good 12 seconds gap to Ogway and Dacey there in second place. I'm sure he'd like to have a try out there catching that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the position changes now. SLR Bennett it's up to P6, getting 9 points in silver. A few points from the Monkey, started P17, up to 7. So, alright for him.
Yeah, the Ferrari guy did very well. There's a chance Monkey takes it right. Ghost Cole gets passed by Zajab the Hill for 9th place. That train is still going on. Merck's trying to pull away a bit. He's trying to leave the rest of them behind. Zajab can come ahead of the train unless he closes in. Or the Ferrari driver drops back. Great move there from Zajab to pass Ghost Cole the Hill. He's got Jib Jab and Races behind him. Both those two want that last point to paying swap. Yellow flag.
There's a yellow flag.
Oh, and that's a front. That is Monkey, who I believe may have just. Well, looks better. He's still got his front wing, I believe. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah. Be one of those where it's not visual damage but might slide. So.
Yeah, in terms of visual damage, it looks okay. No impact lost. As Griffiths leaves the session because he's already out of the race. Let's in the DNF on it. Look at Driver now, all over the back of the race. Terrible exit there. He's lucky Ghost Cole got an equally poor exit. Turn 1, Merckx goes a little bit wider there. Drive is giving chase.
What is it? Having a look down the inside of Bob Green then. Slight contact, but nothing comes from it. He's really getting frustrated behind him now. I want to get past him very soon. It's Mitzi, he's only just over 2 seconds behind him now, so
chasing throughout that first entire second stint. So it wouldn't surprise me if he does catch himself. Well, that gap now goes down to being within 2 seconds. He's almost getting half a second down the main straight. So he's definitely closing this for sure.
Yeah, Zydrod's on right on the back of Merckx as well. He might be having a look for a move anytime soon.
Yeah, mistake from the Ferrari. Provided that Zydrod can avoid making any mistakes as well. We can definitely see him getting past the Ferrari. Good exit. The last one would definitely be a good opportunity for him to make a move. These curbs. And that could be just the opportunity that Zydrod looking for. So here they come for the last corner. We'll see what kind of exit he gets. Merckx with a good run. Zydrod with a better run here. There they go. Down that main straight. Zydrod taking 8th place. It's almost practically as if Merckx let him through there. So Zydrod now is just trying to pull away if he can. Up the hill, looking to get away. He's using that ERS for his advantage. He's trying to pull a quick gap over the Ferrari. It's another 6/10 back to Ghost Colt, who's got Jib Jab just behind him and Racy dropping back a bit. The gap now almost a second between those two, and Paraguay is closing as well, so he might be about to join this train at the back. So it's all kicking off here in the mid pack. As Zydrod trying to get away, got a second now over Merckx in the Ferrari. Monkey's still chasing Bennett in front of them. Galal comes to fruition. Of course, Bennett's good 37 seconds behind Midzi. Alpha Romeo, but number 37 would have been in the world of his own. That pretty much affected the entire race. With Jib Jab now gets a penalty for multiple warnings. That's 3 seconds to his name. One of 3 drivers to currently have a penalty to their name.
Yeah, so I've noticed Maxwell's got a 2.5 second gap on Daisy now, so I wonder if he's just picked up the pace or Daisy's just. Well, it's not worth fighting, he might as well just stay back because he has got that penalty as well, so he might just concentrate on finishing the race now.
Yeah, definitely makes sense because we've got. Whereas Daisy was still thinking seconds, but we've got 10.5 seconds to Ogween. And the Alfa Romeo, from what I say, doesn't have any damage, so that wouldn't be a reason why it's dropped off. It might be the tyres lost their snap. And after that, a 2 second gap has now become 4. Sucker's definitely down to the tyres as Ogween skids a little bit, and Midzi has caught up. Corey now into the pit lane.
Can we see the tyre age again?
Yep, there we go.
Says.
There is the tyre age for you. Corey's about to go on some fresh set. He's going to need one for about 8 laps. And now it's a fresh set. Yellow flag in sector 1. That is Riggsy, but he's alright. So he managed to skid. So Corey comes out the pit lane in 5th place. As of right now, the 2 drivers who have been on their tyres the longest are Bennett and Monkey, who of course pitted early on. Merckx has been on his intermediates for 22 laps. Race Roll has been on his for 7. Race Roll for 15. Corey's got a fresh set of tyres, and having made that second stop, I reckon everyone else will try in front of them try and go to the end if they can. But for some of these guys, that'll be a good 26 laps or so on intermediate tyres, which even Roller didn't manage that in his first stint. He came close, but didn't quite pull it off. So I reckon we'll definitely see a pit stop for everyone else before the end of the race.
Yeah, just on bottom Paraquix is right on the back of Jib Jabby's only. So there's a bit of a wobble coming out turn 1, doesn't it?
Should Jib Jab make a mistake, then Power will over him when they go.
It's this little train in it. It's a little bit, yeah, trying to get this one.
Well, Sideman's got away from that train now. Once again, it's Merckx at the head of the group. It's Ghost Colt with the next drivers trying to get past.
It's a nice little 4-car battle then for the last 2 points positions. He's maybe 10 seconds behind Race Roller now.
Ogween could potentially try and take second place away. Yeah, those tyres definitely aren't looking too good for the Alfa Romeo driver. I'm really surprised he comes in a lap, was it? Trying to go for like a little 10-lap sprint on Monaco.
He's a slight touch with the wall, didn't he? So I think the car's just dropped off a bit.
He's a brave man, but he's staying out as long as he has. But now he's making a bunch of pits. 10 laps to go now. It's race roll in control, as it has been throughout the entire Grand Prix. All going back into second. Mid-team will now take away third. And there's a potential chance that Corey could maybe, just maybe get through past Daisy.
Looks like it's sector 2, it's Ferrari, it's monkeys round.
Again though, here comes Corey chasing Daisy as they make their way out, and the Alfa Romeo gets out in front. I do want to say, especially in the case of the other Alfa Romeo, a very quiet race for Bennett, but he's still keeping things going. He's been on those intermediate tyres with 27 laps. He's done a very good job here. He's still holding on. It's a very impressive stuff.
With Daisy and Corey both pitting, he's now put Midzi in P3, so he might go for the next 9 laps. Try and keep his podium position here.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, he's got Paraquix a lap down all over him. Well, Midzi is still chasing Ogwing, so I reckon he could still potentially take P2 if he stays out. But of course, his time is 6 laps older than the record, so let's see what goes down. Yellow flag in sector 2. And that's
slight contact between Corey and Daisy.
That's it.
Both now just greatly into the corner and start to go really slow. Ooh, as Daisy's hit the wall and he's got a 3-second time penalty. Got damage from that now. See, as he's lost his end plate. In the wing for Daisy. He's going to cover up him. He might come out just in front of Bennett depending on his pit stoppers.
There's definitely a chance that this team is out first. It's going to be tight between these two. There goes Bennett up into 5th place now. Daisy, who was fighting to get a podium finish, potentially even past Raceroll about 6-7 laps ago, is now languishing down in 6th place, having made another still nice penalty. Could take Zydrag's podium as well. He's about 3.3 seconds behind. He's on slightly more worn tyres. I mean, he's definitely quick. There's a chance of that. You never know.
Bennett on the 29 lap old intermediates. He'll be defending for his life with this P5.
I think I see an end plate. Sort of a car in front. I'm not entirely sure who that was, but I just saw an end plate flying around in the wind there. I'm not quite sure who that was from.
So Daisy's just right in the back of Bennett, then he might have a look and move down the main straight here.
There's chance Bennett to let him through. You never quite know. Daisy's been faster throughout the race here. Let's see who he goes for. Right on the back, and there we go. Edmund moves to the left around. Teammate through. Lap number 32 of the race. Not too long left to go.
Goes Colton just behind Merckx. Down the main straight, has a slight wiggle coming out of the last corner.
Oh, race roller. Get a bit of skill as well. He's pretty hoping to not lose the lead in the late stages of the race.
Goes Colton looking down the inside. Round. Can he make it?
Contact there between the two of them. Merckx is still down the inside. They're going to be side by side into this next right-hander. One of them's has to back out as Ghostcott locks up. Merckx now on the outside. Paraquix is out. He's retiring the pit lane. There goes Merckx around the outside and just holds on to it. And there goes Jib Jab on the inside. Here we
There's
go.
opportunity there. He saw a gap, he's going to take it. He has.
He's made it work. Jib Jab up into 10th, and now that puts Ghost Colt outside of the points. Power Bricks now out of the race. So that's now down to 12 runners.
Yeah, there was a yellow flag in sector 2. I think Riggs just moving out of the way.
Stacey sets the fastest up there, 1:20.8. Close the gap, which doesn't seem possible at this point. Of course, 22 seconds between Corey and Daisy in these last stages. Mid is still chasing Ogboy now. The gap between them is 2.3 seconds, but I doubt he'll be able to gain much more. He's on tyres that are already on 21 laps.
Looking to go past Merckx here, possibly. Side by side.
So it goes on here. Oh, considering going for it.
Oh, just got to be careful because the Ghost Colt right just behind him. He's going to try and do to them what he did to them.
Definitely, this battle definitely isn't over yet between these three. Does Jib Jab go for it? I'm sorry, I'm skidding around for a second. I thought he was going to try and dive up the inside, but definitely not smart. He chose to try and do that. Ghost Colt looking around, trying to see if he can pull something off on the exit of the corner. Good time they come. Here comes Jib Jab now, really closing in. He's looking to the inside, making their way in. Merckx is clear as contact. They do touch wheels. And Merckx stays ahead for the time being. Daisy once again sits the fastest lap as Riggsy now gets penalty. Another one for multiple warnings. Let's see what the penalty doing right now. 9 seconds for Riggsy, 12 for Jib Jab, so he'll most likely finish down in. He'll most likely finish 11, so he's really got another spike point at point. And Daisy is currently he's got 6 seconds off penalty, so we'll still finish in 5th place. As Bennett is 7.5 down the road. Jib Jab right on the back of Merckx as they charge towards turn 1. Oh, came very close to contact there. As Ghost Colt will be looking around trying to find an opening.
Something bumping into the back of him here, trying to get past him.
No separating these two. Blue flags now in effect. There is Race Roll just behind them as Ghost Colt lets him through.
Yeah. There's a race for a little bit. Really gets past him.
Let's hope we didn't get away too much of what would have been a very exciting battle between the Ferrari and the Mercedes here. Charging down towards that next braking zone. Jib Jab backing off here to allow roller through the looks of it. He's lost a bit of time to Merckx there. Moving over to the left to allow the McKeon through. Yeah, I mean that means a very slow entrance to the left-hander, and now Jib Jab's all over him once again. Is there a bit of contact there, or did Merckx just run off the track regardless? Merckx now down to 11th place, and Jib Jab now up to 9th. Of course, we'll still finish in 11th regardless, but still has something to fight for on that front. Jib Jab now pulling away. Yellow flag in sector 1. That's Riggsy who's pulling over. He may have overshot turn 1 because he's trying to get himself going again. He's not retiring. Not quite sure what's happened there, but Riggsy's Riggsy stuffed it.
Kind of got a bit stuck.
Yep. Right, so 4 laps to go. Still Race Roll in control. Midzy now really closing on Ogboy in the gap, 1.5 seconds. It was 2.5 a couple laps ago. Definitely could see a late change in that second spot.
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet most of the race, and now he's just coming into his element at the end. Just pinched E2 here right at the end.
Yep.
So, very good race for him.
Of course, he's been behind Roller throughout both qualifying and this race, and in this case, in terms of his championship lead, of course, purely damage limitation in that race. I'd say he's doing a good job of that. There will only be 7 points for the rest of the games. Daisy having the final lap. Yellow flag, sector 2, and that's Riggsy again. We wouldn't surprise if he pulled into pits to retire at some point.
laps left, you might as well. Around for the 3 laps.
Monkey trying to close back in on Zydrad. Well, he's back in Mercs earlier, but if now it's the other 4 hours he's going to have to go with. That's where he gets a 5-second penalty for being a pit lane. Yeah, that might just be the race for him. Points
Yeah,
past
might
the
well.
time now. I think that change that. Yeah, he's making a change onto it. It's on the front lane. Right then, so he's still going.
No. Yes, we've got near to the end of the race, and it's a bit more spread now. There's no one really backing each other, isn't it? There's Mitzi's gap just hovering around 2 seconds. So it's a penalty.
Monkey's closing in. What have you got for them? Monkey goes 3 seconds. He will finish in 6th place in the race. It'll be a great finish for him.
Especially after starting P7 as well, so.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of positions are going on the time. Monkey and Jibs are getting 10 places each. Great races for them. As of right now, everyone who's still running is either stay where they are, or gain places, except for Daisy, who's lost 2 places. He's right on the back of Corey here, so that could change. Daisy's getting a little bit there. Keep an eye on these two, and there's contact, and Daisy didn't even try and break with the corner, or did Corey break too much? Regardless, Daisy, I think he's lost an end plate. Right on the back now, Corey, he's going to try and make it down anyway.
He's not good at that one, is he?
No, definitely not. He keeps on bumping Corey. He's going to make the way through. There he goes at the inside. Oh, very close there. Daisy getting through. A little bit of contact there. Daisy makes it past. I believe he may actually have... He has got end plate damage. That is for sure.
As we're looking to try and get it back with just 2 laps left to go. He's in a position.
Of course, in terms of penalties, Corey's safe because Daisy's got 6 seconds to his 3 seconds, so he'll still finish in front unless he loses 2 more seconds at this point, because Daisy's already a second in front by the looks of it. Of course, that is an Alfa Romeo with a damaged, with 1 end plate missing, so that could be difficult. It honestly amazed me if Daisy hasn't managed to pull out an entire 3-second advantage in these late stages, because Corey's on very warm tyres. Race Roller starts his final lap now. Ogwin in 2nd place. He's got Midzi now a second behind. I doubt we'll see any last lap changes, save for a mistake from Ogwin, but he's closing in using that ERS. He's going to use everything he's got left there. There may have been contact between Riggsy and Corey. Yeah. Corey's now 4.4 seconds behind. So as I say, Daisy has now pulled out that 3-second advantage.
This is getting right close to Ogre now. He could maybe face for this last lap, maybe.
Could go all out. Ogwin's still at the RS to his advantage as well, so he could still use his. Look what Dippy's started there. The gap between 8/10. Will Mitty try and go for like a last minute move into Rascal? Have to wait and see. And Race Roller is slowing here. What's going on there? Race Roller slow there for some reason. Not quite sure what happened. So he hasn't got damage, so he's okay. He's going to finish this one. He's driven a commanding race from start to finish, and he is fully deserving of the race victories. He makes his way to the last corner, the current champion of the McKeon division, off the last corner to take his first win of Season 8. Race Roller wins in Monaco. And here comes Ogwin for 2nd place. Mitty home in 3rd. Daisy has pulled out that gap over Corey, but that could still change. Daisy has made a mistake. The gap is 3.8, 3.9 seconds as it stands. Daisy isn't struggling as much as I thought he would. As Corey gets 3 seconds time out to Corey, and around he goes. Oh no. And Zydrad's now closing in. Oh, this could all fall apart for Corey there. He's lost his front wing. He's just trying to make it all the way back round. As there goes Zydrad Monkey now. for 5th and 6th. It falling apart for Corey on this last lap. He's had to go around very slowly here. This will be as low as he finishes. There's no chance Bennett will catch him. Brings you over the line there. Dacey home for 4th. Zydrad just about beats Monkey to the line.
Oh, when he's spun.
Corey making his way through here. Bennett is closing, that won't be enough. Corey going full Tokyo drift over the line. 7th place for Corey. And Bennett will just about beat Jib Jab. Will finish both down the order. Oh, there he goes. He's getting a little bit there towards the line. Ghost Colt comes home in 10th place. Well, that was the Monaco Grand Prix. Race 4 then is your winner. Martin Fitz driving away again. So that was just right, I think we'll rather go for ourselves. Who would you recommend?
It's hard really. I'd probably say race roller just for such a demanding race. You just start from a huge dive from so would you think you're really done?
I think I would have to agree with you there because we did see a lot of great drives today in terms of positions gained, but to be controlling the race like he did, lap after lap after lap, he survived pressure from Dacey earlier on in the race, and really just was fully deserving of the race victory. Made the one-stop work, took the intermediate tires as long as he could in the first stint. It's all very impressive. So I definitely do think he's my guy for the day. So I do agree with that.
Have you invited?
I'll just invite him now.
So I'll do it if you want.
If you want to, if that's all right with you, I'll run through the final results. Alright, so Race Runner then wins the race from Ogby in 2nd place and Mitzi in 3rd. Dacey finishes in 4th place for Alfa Romeo, it's 5th for Zydrad, 6th for Monkey. Corey comes home in 7th in the end after that altercation on the last lap. Bennett in 8th, Ghost Colt 9th, and Jib Jab takes the final point in 10th place. Alright, so now we are just waiting for everyone to make their way in. So we've already got Roller and Ogween, and we're just waiting now for Midzi to make his way in. So Marsh, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do 2 and I do 1, or?
We'll see what Midzi's doing. If he's not joining, then I'll do 2 and you.
Oh, there, as you said, there he is.
Well, I'll do 3 and you can do 2 and 1.
Alright, go on.
So I need to do something. Yeah, so here we are with our P3 Midzi. We thought he had a bit of a quiet race, you know, just cruising around, and then he just came into the end and got in the podium position, and he was getting very closely on Ogween. So how did you feel your race went, and are you happy with the podium?
I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I just got a podium on a pad at Monaco. Yeah, it was quite a race. Done pretty well in quali, to be honest, and just tried not getting any damage in the race. I had pretty good pace, to be fair. Even if it was wet, but I don't really care. That was ridiculous. I got damage at one point, then I pit and kept it clean, and yeah, I felt like I had good pace with Ogween, but didn't do anything. So yeah.
Yes, it's a okay race from me in the end, and well-deserved podium. So well done.
Cheers, boss.
I drove to do P2 and P1 then.
Alright, sure. Alright, so now we'll get a few questions from Ogween, who of course finished 2nd in the race. So first of all, congratulations. Talk me through your race, mate. What went down?
It's pretty boring. Not really much overtakes, but at certain points it was fun, where Corey was literally in my ass for 20 laps, so I felt kind of bad, but yeah, the pit stops, we were side by side out the pit stops fun, but then the rest was just be careful to the end, just make sure I don't get damage or a penalty, and yeah.
Yeah, that battle with Corey was quite exciting. We did get a lot of it. Did you think at any point he'd be able to get past you, or did you always know you'd be able to hold him off?
I knew he wouldn't be able to overtake if I didn't make big mistake because it's all about Monaco. So I was alright.
All right. Yes, sounds good. So, and of course, next race of the season, of course, Azerbaijan. So, how are you feeling about Baku next week?
I'm pretty alright around Baku, so pretty confident.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for that. And now move on to Race Roller, who of course won the race. Very commanding drive from you. Your first of the season. Will this be the first of a few more we see over the course of the season?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, only took me 3 seasons, but I finally got pole in an F1 race here in the McKeon division, so I was very happy with that. It was one of my better laps that I'd done, so it's pretty decent with that. And then the race, all I really had to do was just stay in front at the start, and then I managed that. And then they see if he got in front of me, and if he didn't crash once or twice, he would have won by miles. He was a lot quicker, but then I think he made 3 pit stops because he kept hitting his wing. So then the rest of them lads just a few tenths of a lap quicker, just controlled it, and then at the end, a few laps from the end, I got wing damage, so I was just playing it very cautious with the gap, and then yeah, it was a good race. It was a bit stressful, especially being wet Monaco, but it was a good race, so I'm pretty happy with it.
I do want to ask, on that last lap when you were making your way through, like the end of Sector 2, there was a yellow flag that came up just around where you were. So was that something you were involved in, or was that something going on in front of you?
Well, if I'm honest, I was in a party with Bennett, and I decided to, and he kept saying he was getting leg cramps, so I decided I'd let him pass and make him do another lap, because obviously I'd lapped him before, so I was just doing it to annoy him a wee bit, and also because I didn't want to get in the way of him Jib Jab and Ghost Colt battling, because I was quite slow at that point. But yeah, I didn't spin out or crash or anything, but yeah.
I just wonder what happened. So last question then, Azerbaijan next week. Do you feel like you'd be able to win there, or is that not one of your better tracks?
I mean, I won there last season, but that was a bit of a fraudulent win thanks to a safety car. I'd qualified like 15th, so it's definitely not a track I like, and I'm not particularly good at it, but just see what happens. Hopefully I can get at least sort of up there, sort of top 5. But yeah, definitely not one of my stronger tracks, but I just guess we'll see what happens.
All right, well, sounds good, and we hope everyone in the chat joins us next week for the McKeon Division race in Azerbaijan. But we still do have one more race at Monaco tomorrow night, the Division 1 race, so make sure to tune in for that. And thank you all for tuning in for today's race with me and Marsh. I really enjoyed it. Hope you did too. And with that, then we shall see you tomorrow night if you're watching Division 1, and we'll see you next week for the race in Baku. So see you then. Goodbye.